Recording in progress.
Hi everyone, it's Nivedita and welcome to What Makes Your Heart Sing. And I have a wonderful guest today, and my guest is Adina Dimitriu. But before I do that, I'm just going to do a short intro on what I do. So just hold your horses there, and I'm going to start now. I'm just going to share screen. So we're going to welcome Adina now. So if Adina would like to put herself on camera, that would be great. Welcome, Adina. It's so good to see you, and you've got a very powerful story to share with us. And you have many things that have happened with you and in your life. Some very dramatic and traumatic, and how you've overcome all of these and the effects of your training on your life. Okay? Okay,
Thank you so much.
Over to you, Adina, my dear friend.
Hi, Nivedita. Hello, everyone. I'm honored to be here and to share my story today with everybody. Thank you. It's a great question. What makes my heart sing? And what makes all our hearts to sing? It's love. It's the fact that we are loved by our families, by a higher power, whoever you believe in. And if you don't have a family or somebody to love you, you can learn to love yourself. And love and faith that somehow you'll get through, no matter what happened in your life. That's what got me through. So I will just share a couple of challenges I experienced in my life. And, you know, my friends sometimes call me the cat with 99 lives because I was supposed to die multiple times in this life. And just the fact that I'm standing here in one piece, it's a miracle in itself. And without going into nitty-gritty details, I will just say the first big challenge I'm aware of was when I was 6 months old, where I suffered a skull fracture. Somebody pushed my mom, and she was holding me in her arms. So she fell, and my head hit the pavement in a way that it got fractured. So basically, the skulls, the bones in the back of the head got a dent and got like to injure the brain. So when you are a baby and you are 6 months old, the brain gets injured, the bones are still soft. The doctors literally had to mold the form and shape of my head. So I don't need a surgery. But over the years, I had to have a treatment for 7 years after that injury. And they would literally put electrodes on my brain to measure the brain waves. And the doctors told my mom that according to the way my brain works after the brain injury, I should not even know my name.
Wow.
And she should have another child because they don't know if they can save me.
Wow.
So, and I was telling poetries, I was dancing, I was singing in the doctor's office, and the doctor was like, how can she do that? I'm looking at her test results, and her brain is not working properly. But my point is, no matter what happens to your life, even a brain injury to a small baby, your brain can rewire, has plasticity. Your body has a wisdom to heal itself. And sometimes doctors might not even understand how that can happen. So it's not that I'm more special than anybody else. But if I can do it, you can do it.
Exactly.
So no
That's
matter,
amazing.
for me it was a brain injury, for you could be any other challenge. My point is just have faith and surrender to whatever higher power you believe in, and just trust you'll get better. So I'm still around, and I think I'm speaking like a normal person. You wouldn't say I had a brain injury when I was 6 months old, which was quite a while ago. So that was one thing. Another thing that happened, around 3 years old, I experienced like a medical error. I was given a vaccine twice in a couple of days difference. The anti-poliomyelitis vaccine. So I was in daycare at the time. They were vaccinating children, and they allowed the parents to vaccinate them at the family doctor and to notify the daycare so they don't do the second vaccine. Somehow miscommunication happened, and I ended up getting the vaccine once from the family doctor and once from the daycare. So anybody who has small children, at least at the time when I was a child, once you do a vaccine, you had to wait 6 months to get another one. If you get it 2-3 days apart, it's affecting everything in the human body.
Absolutely.
So the way it affected me, it affected my digestive system, and I ended up with something called malabsorption, which means you put food in the mouth, your body doesn't digest it. Whatever you put in the mouth, that's what comes on the other side. So for 3 years, all my body could tolerate was rice and carrots. So between, I think, 3 and 6 months, and 6 years old, that's all I had, rice and carrots, due to a medical error.
Wow.
And you can imagine, anybody who has children, you know that if a child cannot digest the food, you have a little bit of an issue, because the child won't grow, and if the human body doesn't process food, how can you live? So that was another miracle.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it was the faith of my family, the love of my family, that made my heart sing. Of course, when you are 3 years old, you don't really understand that you are very sick. So I just love that I had more attention, and I might not even remember all the details, but it was a big test for my parents to support me through all these health challenges and to work with the doctors to get me better. And the fact that I'm still alive, it's a proof that that love and faith worked.
Beautiful.
So that is a big as a challenge. Years later, other small things happen, like surgeries and being sick a lot. So ongoing testing for my family to use their love and faith to make sure I'm alive and to keep me going, and to have that purpose to get a human being that can make the world a better place and carries the legacy of our family moving forward. And I guess many people can relate to that. If they think of any challenges they experienced and how their families and loved ones supported them. And when I was 14 years old, I had a near-death experience. So what happened is, me, my mom, my dad, my brother were coming from a holiday, and a big truck hit our family. It killed my dad. I was in a coma for a few days, and my mom and my brother experienced various other health challenges. And it's a miracle I made it out alive. I was 14 years old at that time, and there have been a chain of challenges I experienced afterwards. First, you lose your dad. Anybody who has girls might know that it's a special connection between a girl and her dad. When you lose your dad, you lose a blueprint with a male figure in your life. That can affect your marriage, that can affect your relationship with men in general.
Right.
So it's an emotional trauma. It's been also a physical trauma. Doctors didn't believe I'm gonna make it, so they left me with pieces of windshield in my face. A couple of years after the accident, I would go to the seaside, and when I sit under the sun, pieces of windshield will start coming out of my face. So I would get like a pimple, I would scratch it, and there would be blood. So we went to a plastic surgeon, and he touched my face. He said, "You have 102 pieces of glass in your face."
Wow.
The doctors didn't believe you'll survive, so they didn't spend hours taking them out. That means we have to do surgeries to remove them. If we don't, those pieces of glass could start traveling through your body. If they reach your heart or your brain, you could die. So I spent my teenage years having face and plastic and reparatory surgeries, which means sometimes, without going too much into details, you basically have local anesthetic and somebody's cutting your face. And you know exactly what's happening. You are aware and awake.
Wow, what trauma.
That's not something as a teenage girl thinking about dating you would like to experience.
Mm.
And after surgery, you literally look like a pumpkin, red, swallow, full of scars. So normally I ended up being bullied in school and called Frankenstein and all kinds of things. And that affects seriously your self-image and your self-love.
Absolutely.
So what made my heart sing was opening up to believing in a higher power, surrendering, believing whatever people believe in your higher self, in God, in the universe, in the saints you might believe in. I just trusted that if they save my life, they might have a purpose for me. So instead of going angry, I did go angry for almost 1 year. I had to blame somebody. So I blamed God. I said, you know what? Somehow, probably take care of 8 billion people. Maybe you were busy that day. And somehow this accident happened. So, and then for 1 year, I felt like I lost my best friend. Like, how can you get mad on God? But I'm sure people might relate to this while they listen to the interview. And just, if they close their eyes, they could think of moments in their own life when they might have been angry on whoever they believe in. When they lost a loved one, when they lost a job, when they almost lost their lives, or something bad happened to them.
Yes.
It's very easy to blame somebody else.
Yes, it's human nature, isn't it, at the moment?
Exactly. But the fact that the doctors, my family, this higher power, God, the universe, whoever saved me, made me believe if I'm being saved again and again and again, I must have a purpose. So I became focused to think, what can I do in my life to thank whoever saved me and to make a difference in the world? And it's not ego just to say, well, I'm around, so then things can change. It's just, how can I use every day I have? It felt like I'm living on borrowed time. Because if I was supposed to be dead so many times, I'm like, I'm still around. How can I use this day today to do something good in the world?
That's a great attitude, isn't it?
That makes my heart sing.
Yeah.
When I do this radio show, for example, I can imagine many people who might be at their ends with, like literally upset, depressed, hopeless, sad, low, in any way, feeling less than the best that they can feel. And maybe by listening to my story, they could relate or they could think, you know what, if she could survive this, then maybe I can get through my own challenge, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it makes my heart sing that whatever we do right now, this interview can help people. And that they can relate and realize that when the universe helps you overcome a challenge, you can use every day of your life to give back and pay it forward. Help somebody else. And maybe you don't have the best quality of life that you dream of, but there are always people having it worse. So you can at least I choose to be grateful. And sometimes I could be more grateful than I am, but I'm learning. It's a journey in progress. Here we go. So I thought, okay, that's it. Challenge is over. I survived this 3 times. What else can happen? And I think about 8.5 years ago, I ended up with stage 4 endometriosis. And that is like a condition affecting the reproductive system. 1 in 10 women in the world has it. It's not very clear what's causing it. It's believed could be trauma. In that car accident, I had a pelvic fracture. Could be the cause of it. Could be chemicals in the environment. Whatever it is, it triggers this illness up to the point where my life was in danger. Again. So doctors were considering removing organs from my body to save my life. So inside, I was like a mummy. Like there were tumors growing around my organs and adhesions. They were wrapping my organs inside.
Yes.
So doctors wanted to remove organs to clean up those adhesions. And again, I had no idea what to do. There is no cure for this. And women who has it, besides becoming infertile, basically it affects all your organs in the body. It can spread everywhere.
Yes.
And even if it's not cancer, it behaves like a metastasized cancer.
Right.
It's tumors growing everywhere.
Yes. Yes.
How do you heal that?
Exactly.
So doctors literally wanted to laser things, cut organs, take things out, like radical surgery to try to save my life. But basically the surgeon said, we'll have a surgery in about 3 months. I'm not sure if you'll make it. I don't know if I can save you. And literally I got on my knees and I started praying. I said, God, if there is a God, I trust that you can save me. Whatever is left of me, if you have a purpose for my life, I promise that if you save me, I'm going to spend the rest of my life saving others. And there have been a series of events where I ended up receiving some energy blessings from a Chinese traditional medical practitioner, and combination of the medical treatment plus complementary, somehow the disease ended up in remission. In about 3 months before my surgery, I had a pre-surgery appointment. I did some new tests, and most of the tumors in the body were gone.
Wow, that was amazing, wasn't it?
After I received the first blessing, overnight, I received the blessing in the evening. I went to the hospital in the morning. 70% or 80% of the tumors in me gone overnight.
Miraculous.
I was like, I don't know what happened, but maybe God took my negotiation seriously. I didn't know if it's appropriate to negotiate with God your life, but I was desperate. And I wasn't that much afraid of dying. I was just afraid of the reaction of my family if they might lose me. So, and I was sad because I had many dreams that I wanted to realize in life. And I had no more time. When a doctor tells you they don't know if they can save you, there is no more one day I'm going to do this or that. It's no more time.
Yes.
So what made my heart sing was reconnecting with the divine, with the source, with my higher self, and literally surrendering. I knew I could die, or I knew I could stay alive. And almost 9 years later, I'm still around. So I didn't know God can, or whoever responded to my prayer can transform that condition in 3 months. But I said, I have to keep my part of the promise. I have to spend the rest of my life helping to save others. And that's what we do now. We help the people listening to this. So that's what I've been doing for the last 8 to 9 years. I became a soul practitioner, and I started every day focusing who I can help today. What positive difference can I make every day? So what makes my heart sing now is to use all the challenges I had in my life to, number one, learn to love myself, and number two, learn to love others.
That's a great gift to share to everyone who's in a similar condition, not a similar condition, but have life-threatening illnesses and things like that. And instead of giving up and wanting to end it all, they can make a turnaround if they get that opportunity.
Yes. And I can say that it can become actually a passion when you try to help other people and you realize you made, no matter how small, of a positive difference in somebody's life.
Yes.
It brings you so much joy.
Yes.
You literally feel high. Like going to groceries, and when you do your self-checkout, they ask you, do you want to donate $2 for a charity? And I say, okay, $2. What can you do with $2 these days?
Yes, exactly.
But the fact that I give it makes me feel rich, blessed, and like I'm making a difference in a child's life, or whatever that charity is. And it's not even about the $2. It's about the giving process.
Yes.
You give something that you have.
Yes.
And that makes you feel useful. That makes you feel you have value in this life. Because if you don't help anybody, and then you just think about yourself and your problems, you grow them even further. I could spend the rest of my life in my pity pot and just feel sorry for myself. That wouldn't make a difference for anybody. What difference my life will make? Why was I saved? Just to stay and cry for my own problems? They're long gone. I'm still around. But can I use that to learn something? And can I pay it forward? Can I help somebody else if they go through similar things? Or can they avoid going through that?
So where do you see yourself in, say, 5 years' time?
I for sure will keep my promise and keep helping people as much and as many people as I can.
And how are you helping people that you love? What do you love to do the most?
I love spirituality. I think many people who had near-death experience come back changed.
Yes.
Maybe not all of us remember we went to heaven or spoke to saints or something. I don't remember anything. I just remember I was very happy wherever I went. But when you come back, it's like you brought some part of the spirit world with you. And you become more spiritual.
Yes.
So you start having questions. Why did this happen to me? Why am I alive? Why am I saved? What's the purpose of my life? Why am I on Mother Earth? What am I supposed to do with the rest of my life? So in order to answer this question, you go on a quest. You start reading books, You start going to retreats, to workshops, you start studying with various teachers, and the more you try to find answers, the more you have questions. Because once you find some of those answers, you have more. So I ended up taking various courses, becoming a meditation teacher, and I love to help people to meditate, to pray and meditate, and to help to enhance their well-being through the power of their mind, heart, soul, and energy.
Beautiful.
And just help them feel healthier and happier. That's it. It became a passion, actually.
I can see how your face lights up when you're talking about it. Yes, and when you're remembering, when you're thinking about what you do and what you offer. That's amazing. And where are you working from?
I'm working from Canada, and right now I realize when you are in the center, if you can imagine the universe sending a column of love and light that you are living in every day, and you can connect to your higher self, to God, to whoever you believe in, I feel that not only my job or what I do on a daily basis, I have a spiritual work to do.
Yes.
I'm trying to be the best version of myself I can be, and I channel that love and light for people.
So what sort of work do you do generally to earn money?
Generally, I'm a business administrator, and I work for the Tao Academy,
right,
which is an educational organization, and has been founded by Dr. and Master Zhigang Shah. And we offer like courses about spirituality, well-being. We train soul practitioners. I'm very passionate about my work.
Yes.
And it's basically serving the world through educational programs. Because I do believe that sometimes in life, we might look at our life and we might say, I wish somebody would teach me how to date, how to keep a marriage, how to raise a kid, how to keep a house, how to cook, and so on. And there are courses you can take about that. But you finish like primary school, high school, college, university, even master degree. In my case, I have a master degree. And then are you ready for life? You need a life school. Somebody to teach you how to be healthier and happier. And I realized all the courses I took in my life, not too many taught me how to be healthier and happier.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm so passionate about my work, because educational programs we are offering are covering somehow some of that gap. How do you connect with your soul? How do you talk to your soul? How do you meditate? How do you release stress? How do you communicate? And so on and so forth.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So what would be a nice little hint for people who haven't really had those opportunities? What would be a technique that you could offer them?
Something very simple that anybody can do. If you have any challenge, let's take a headache. Before you reach to your cabinet and pull out a painkiller, you could do a little technique which says the following. You just talk to the soul of the part of you that is in pain. Let's say you have a headache, right? With your head. So you say, dear soul, mind, and body of my head, I love you, I honor you, and I appreciate you. You have the power to heal yourself. Do a good job. Thank you. So you just connected with the soul of your head, and you gave an order, and you trusted that part of you can heal itself. You communicate it, and then you release it. So give love, connect, give an order. You are the boss of your body, and you start directing the of your body to heal themselves. This is a technique of Dr. and Master Zhigang Shah. It's not mine, but I'm delighted to share it.
And when you share it, what are the results for people?
The results could be, you might be amazed, like your headache might be gone. And you can try it for different things and different parts of your body. It doesn't mean you don't take your medication or whatever. You still do whatever you have to do for yourself. But this can enhance it. It can make you feel healthier and happier. Let's say you are sad. Dear soul, my body of my emotional body. I love you, I honor you, I appreciate you. Could you please balance yourself? Help me to feel healthier and happier. Help me to feel joy. Thank you. It's so simple, it doesn't cost anything.
Absolutely.
Here we go. And sometimes just to realize that we all have a soul, we all have a heart, we all have a mind, energy, and body. It's 5 parts of us. So sometimes we just think about our mind. But when it's the last time you told your body, you know what? I love you. I love my soul. I love my heart. I love my mind. I love my body. There are 30 trillion cells working to keep us alive, working together every day of our life. When it's the last time you took a moment to just say, thank you, my legs, for carrying me for so many years. Thank you, my heart, for pumping so much blood to keep me alive. So we are so busy running around doing things, but we don't take time to give love to ourselves.
That's right.
You might be surprised. Talking to your heart can make your heart sing.
Yes, exactly.
The heart might be finally took half of the light, but they remember about me. They love me. And you might feel like excitement suddenly because your heart responds back.
Yes.
Suddenly you talk to yourself. Some
Yes,
people might
it's
say, oh,
important,
this is
isn't
too...
it? It's important to give yourself love. Because, you know...
If you don't,
exactly.
then how can you expect other people to give love to you?
Yes, exactly. What you give out is what you receive.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And love, as we know, melts all blockages.
And makes your heart sing.
Yes.
There you go.
Beautiful.
And then once we fill up with love and light, we can give it to others.
Yes.
When we try to love other people, but we hate ourselves, it's very hard. Because you try to give from an empty cup. You have to fill up your own cup and then fill up others.
Yes.
Right? And that will make your heart sing.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. So, and anybody listening to this interview can think at your own life. When is the last time you felt joy? And you might be surprised to realize you were giving something to somebody. Could be your wedding day. You are giving love to your beloved. Could be the day when you give birth to your baby. You are giving life to somebody. Could be the day you cooked something for your family. You are giving food. So sometimes giving love and light to others, including ourselves, can make our heart sing.
And it can come in many ways, like you said, giving food. You know, I love cooking for my husband. You know, that shows part of my love for him. And I just say, oh, what do you fancy for dinner tonight? Would you like this or this or this? You know, and his face lights up and he says, oh, well, I'll have that.
Here you go.
Yeah.
So this brings you joy to make food for your beloved.
Yes, exactly.
But it's in giving that we receive. Because
exactly.
the universe fills us our cup. So we can give more.
Exactly.
Yes.
We are very blessed, aren't we?
We are very blessed that sometimes we have to think where we used to be before.
Yes, you have to remember
You know,
what you were like then and the shift now. Yeah.
When I think I have a bad day, I have to remember at 14 years old, I was in a coma hanging on to life. And no matter what I'm going through, as long as I'm not in a coma again, I have it better. So I have to be grateful.
Yes.
Because many people don't make it out of that coma.
Yes.
When they are sick, right?
That's right, yeah.
So I think also connecting with our heart and giving love to our heart, to our mind, to our soul, to our bodies can recharge us.
Absolutely.
And then we can do a better job.
Because when we're serving, I mean, we feel uplifted because we're actually giving And
Yes.
so I know because when I'm teaching yoga, I love teaching yoga. I love, and my students are always so happy afterwards. Especially they love the relaxation, of course, because we go on little journeys in the relaxation. They love that.
Exactly. So you are channeling love and light to them and
Yeah,
wisdom.
exactly. Yes. And we all
And
do that in many ways. I mean, people can say, oh, well, but I don't do this, I don't do that. But they may have a pet and they channel that love and that light into their pet. Or they may have a beautiful garden and they're putting that love and light into nature and nurturing nature in their garden. So there's many ways to do it, isn't there?
I also want to share that this works no matter what stage you are in your life. Like in the last year, I lost two loved ones. Two family members died. And for me, it's been very painful and very dramatic. But even in this situation, you can still give love and serve your family.
Yes.
And you can still find purpose. And I think this is important for people listening to this interview to reflect about. I know we've been through a pandemic and everybody has experienced their own challenges and maybe lost loved ones like I did. But the thing is, after you cry and say your goodbyes, the grieving process, it's a journey. So what I learned personally, it's number one, you have to be gentle with yourself. You might have ups and downs. You might have your crying moments. You might wash the dishes and have a flashlight of something the loved one said or did and start bawling. And it's okay, you are just releasing. It's layers like an onion.
Yes.
But instead of thinking every day, oh, poor me, I'm an orphan. I lost my mom recently, and my dad went to heaven when I was 14. So it's easy to think, oh my God, I'm an orphan. Even if I'm like halfway through my life, doesn't matter what age your parents go to heaven, you still feel like orphan at some level.
Yes, yes.
But you can go in, oh my God, I have nobody to love me, which is me. Or you can think about them. How can I honor them? What did they teach me? And how can I use that to honor the legacy of my family? Can I help somebody with what I learned from my loved ones? And that gives me a sense of purpose.
Wonderful.
That makes my heart sing.
Absolutely.
Even just talking and saying, as my mom would say something, and then quote a lesson you learned from your loved one.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
for example, my grandfather said, if you are wise, you learn from anybody. If you are stupid, you think you know everything, and you don't need to learn anymore. I'm like, okay, that makes me more humble. I don't know anything. I don't know everything. I'm learning every day. And that's a good thing.
Yes,
So when I wake up in the morning, I have a purpose. How can I honor my family today? Would my family and loved ones be proud seeing what I'm doing today? And don't do anything that would embarrass my family or the legacy I'm coming from. So
that's a great habit and a practice every morning, isn't it?
it gives you purpose.
Yes, absolutely.
My whole point through all this sharing is no matter what life throws you, you can take it. It's like life gives you lemon, do lemonade. Find a positive twist. Find a way to reframe what happened to you.
Yes, exactly.
Is it an ending of a chapter or it's a beginning of a new chapter? When somebody dies, it's very easy to think it's the end of the world. It's the end of the world as you knew it. It's a beginning of a new chapter. It's a new season.
Yeah.
You are growing, you are becoming stronger, wiser, and it's time to honor your legacy. And every day, you want to use what your family invested in you to pay it forward.
So it's
Then I have
about
a lifetime of purpose.
It's about the journey of letting go of all the negative information that you've experienced and transforming it immediately into positive information, isn't it?
And that's exciting. It's actually like a game.
Yeah. The
Okay,
game
I
of
have a
life and how
headache.
to do it.
I know, I have a headache. So what game can I play with myself to switch it to positive? Oh yeah, that lady Adina said in the interview that Master Shah has this technique about say hello. Let me talk to my head. And then when the pain goes down, oh my God, it worked. Let me call my friend, let them know. They could use that. And then you become excited. You found some switch to transform something negative in your life into positive. Why not?
There's so many ways to make ourselves more positive and to let go. And it's like our teacher says, you know, you have to let go. The letting go is such an important part because it's all illusion in some way or form, you know, 'cause it's not real.
Exactly.
Once something's happened, it's gone. Because people fester over things that have happened for years and years and years. Somebody said something and they were insulted and all of that, and it just sits there and growing negative information inside that person. Whereas if they can shift it and just like feel like they can pull it out and throw it out the window and let it go, then you know it's released. It makes space for something else, makes space
Exactly.
for more positive information.
And it's also, it's about your own interpretation of your life. It
Exactly.
will be very easy for me to feel that I'm a victim of destiny, of people, why it's always happening to me, why I almost die every few years of my life. Or I can look as a victor. You know what? I'm a survivor of
Exactly.
at least a couple of tragedies. And everybody has their own challenges in life. Are you going to feel a victim or are you going to feel a victor? The decision is yours. Nobody can make it for yourself.
That's wonderful. That's a wonderful note.
Here you go.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then you have a lifetime to do something about what you learned. How are you going to use it to help other people? Are you going to do a podcast? Are you going to write a book? Are you going to have a chat, call your friend and say, oh, you know, I saw this amazing interview. Let me tell you what I learned. Let's do it together. Oh, yes, that lady talked about meditation. And my friend is going to meditation circle. Maybe I should go together. So just sit in the column of light of your higher self, of heaven, of whatever you believe in. Pray in your own way, or meditate, reflect, or journal, whatever works for you.
Are you
Just
going to write a
connect with
book?
the essence.
Are you going to write
Maybe
a book?
one day, why not? Why not? It's not so much about what happened to me, because everybody has their own challenges, but it's about what you do with what happens to you.
Yes. Oh, I look forward to reading that book.
Thank you, Nivedita, for inspiring me.
Oh, I think that's
Yeah.
great. You know, I know there's a few people I know who have written books, and I've often thought, oh, have I got a book in here? And I did try starting putting pen to paper at one stage, and then I just thought, oh, yeah, no. But you know, you have to look at all the resistances and then overcome the resistances because it's all about sharing what you've learned, what the gift is behind everything in life, no matter what it is.
And I think the word gift, it's the most important thing that people can use to shift.
Yes.
Is this a gift the universe is sending me to grow me,
Yes.
to make me reach the higher level of who I can be?
Yes.
If I'm thinking I have potential to do better, to be better, what has to happen to me to grow?
Exactly.
Because if you are comfortable and your life is the same every day, it's very hard to grow.
Exactly. Become
You might be
complacent.
bored, might be complacent. You might say, maybe one day I'm going to achieve this dream. I want to travel to Japan. I want to learn a new language. But you always postpone it and never find time for it. 10 years later, I'm just talking my own experience. I found old journals. 10 years ago, I had the same resolutions I have today. I'm like, oh my God, I just wasted 10 years, haven't done anything. And then one day a doctor tells you, I don't know if I can save you in 3 months. And that changes everything.
Yes.
Because that tomorrow might never come.
Yeah, and the will to live is very strong, isn't it?
Yes.
Because
And sometimes it's not for ourselves. We want to do it for others.
yes.
Like
Yeah.
if you have children or grandchildren, maybe you want to be around for them.
Yes, exactly.
So then you are like, wait a second. So I don't know how much time I have. I postponed for 10, 20 years achieving this dream. I might have few months left. What am I going to do about it? Is it still relevant? Do I still want that? Do I still want to meet Mr. Wonderful, or lose 20 kilograms, or learn a new language, or whatever your dream is? And maybe you cannot do it. Like I wanted to go to Japan. Maybe I'm 90, I'm making it up, but maybe it's too late. But can I be flexible and reframe it? I'm going to watch travel documentaries about Japan every day. So spiritually, I'm there.
Yes.
Because in my mind, I can meditate.
Yes.
I can learn about that country.
And you will manifest it when the time is right.
Yes. You might watch a movie. You can learn how to cook sushi, for example. Or you can listen to some Japanese music. So you can customize your dream to fit whatever you can still do to achieve it.
Exactly.
And just reframe it in a way that would work for you.
It's like making sure that you're in an alternate reality if you need to be.
Exactly.
Yes.
So the whole point is, I think Tony Robbins was saying that what makes us happy is to make progress in our life.
Absolutely.
So what kind of progress will make you healthier and happier today? For some people, it could be cleaning up their garage. Maybe they put it up for years. Maybe they feel overwhelmed. Just do a corner. Tomorrow I'll do this box. Tomorrow I'll do that corner. Maybe in 2 months it's done. But if you try to tackle all of it, you might feel overwhelmed.
It's true.
Just find a way to make a little bit of progress. You want to lose 30 kilograms? Start with 1. Tomorrow eat a salad. The next day do a smoothie. May eat half of what you would normally eat. Do something that you decide, nobody's telling you, and you implement it in your life.
Exactly.
And when you achieve that progress, you might feel a big winner.
And you've
Because
got to
it
be
makes a
kind to
difference.
yourself. You've got to be kind to yourself.
You are going to have ups and downs. Life
Yeah.
is like a sinusoid. It's not a straight line. And you might have good days, like you lost 5 kilograms, oh my God, amazing, and then you put them back. It's okay, start again. Just say, okay, it worked first time, what can I do better now? So life, for me, it's a school. It's an educational program.
Yes.
We take a topic or subject or another, and we learn some lesson, and we might need to repeat some lessons. Whatever we are here to learn, as long as our life has meaning and purpose, and we help others, and we are healthier and happier, in my view and understanding, then we accomplished what we are here to do. And that makes us happy, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
There you go.
So what final words would you like to say to our viewers? I mean, you've given a lot of wisdom and you've given a beautiful technique. What else? Just one final thing. What would you like to say?
I just want to say, everybody, let's just close our eyes for just a few minutes. And just visualize this big column of love and light. And connect with whoever you believe in. Could be God, could be a saint, could be your higher self, could be just light and love. And think every day, I want to connect with the answers of who I am, of my soul, of my heart, of my mind, of my energy, and of my body. And just take a deep breathing in and see this light coming from heaven, spiraling, circling, clearing blockages in you. And let it go through your legs into Mother Earth. Just exhale. Ha! Let go of stress, of oppression, of any negativity. And second time, let's breathe in golden light of greatest love. And feel it coming through the top of our heads and spiraling, clearing, And exhale it through our legs into Mother Earth. And the third time, the last time, imagine we are like a big tree between heaven, human being, and Mother Earth. And breathing green light, it goes through all the branches of the tree, and then we exhale it through our legs into Mother Earth. It's just a simple meditation where we focus inside, but you might already feel a shift. So we can open our eyes, and my parting words are, I don't like to say goodbye, so I can say see you tomorrow. But all I can say is, sometimes it's overwhelming to try to save the world. And like Michael Jackson said, the person you can change is the one in the mirror. So you look in the mirror, and every day, in every way, you find ways to be healthier and happier. And if you can find at least one person to help and pay it forward, that's 365 people in a year. In a lifetime, that's a lot of people. So, and just notice, and maybe journal your journey, and maybe share it back with Nivedita, and even with myself, and just notice how your life becomes juicy and meaningful and purposeful and exciting. It's a journey. It's a gift that you give to the world because you are alive.
I'd just like to share that experience, just doing that breathing practice was just so delightful. And I could feel my consciousness lifting. It's like everything expands, and especially with the green, I love the green. You know, that beautiful Chinese green, I often see that color. It's a beautiful color. And it's just so nurturing and loving.
And it's something people could start their day with.
Yes,
just
absolutely.
Connect with heaven, Mother Earth,
Absolutely.
your soul, heart, mind, energy, and matter. Give love to yourself, receive love, fill yourself up, and then go and be a gift in the world.
Absolutely.
To your family and to your community.
Yes, and that's what you are, a gift to the world.
Thank you.
So thank you, Adina, for being here and sharing your wisdom, and it's been really delightful, and I look forward to you maybe coming on again sometime when you're talking about the book that you've written.
Yes, thank you. Love you, Nivedita. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye for now. And thank you, everyone, for watching. And if you have any questions that you'd like to ask Adina, just let me know, and I'll pass them on to her. So bye-bye for now. Bye-bye, everyone. Love you.